I'm planning to make the video, but you say we have to discuss before I made it or not. So I want to ask you about that.
Okay, sure.
Because I little confused about React, and I rewatch again our video about React Web. So do I have to make it or not?
Have to?
Do I have to make it or not?
Made it. Oh, do you have to make it or not?
Make it or not the video or
Yes, I would say so. So I would say that what my expectation is that you make a video, like maybe like a tutorial explaining how to install Node.js and Yarn, and how to like create a starter React TypeScript project. Okay, and then after that, how to add. Did we use InDesign before on our last meeting? Did we use InDesign on our last meeting? I think not. Yeah. InDesign.
Sorry, InDesign.
I think not. Yeah. So if we did not use InDesign before, then yeah, after setting up the project, and then like how to make tags, how to text, and also how to make like a text field. And
the last meeting we used the how to what that I don't. We used how to we sorry. The last sir. I don't understand how to explain it.
Okay.
We used to make input button text first, and then we use some function like handle the input, name handle change name, handle change nama, and when we type in input, then there is a text will show in our page, and the text real updating when we typing on input field.
Okay, that's great.
That is the what is that? That's what we make about. That's we make last time, sir.
Okay. So
I planning to explain about this in my video later.
Yeah, that is my expectation. I would say that if you can make that video, that will be great. It will increase your knowledge and experience on it, and it will also be useful to other people to get started in React. Okay, because it's basic, but it is useful because it has some functionality. It's not like just hello world, do nothing. It does something. So
I'm planning.
will you do that?
I will try it because I little forget about it. But I will try, sir. I will try to learn again because I'm still confused. But yeah, I will try to learn. Like that, sir. But maybe I will before the last time, we were confused about using if, and I found on the other I found in I found on internet that when we use if, we can use it on function, not on reader. What is the render render render?
Render function.
So there is a function, and what we call body on React.
Yeah.
It's a reader, render or reader,
Render.
render. Yes.
Yeah. Render function.
In the render function, we can use if, from what I read on the website, like that. Is it true or?
Okay, so can you restate that again? So the render function cannot be used.
We can use if in render function.
We can use if in we cannot.
Yeah, we
Okay.
cannot.
Actually, I would say it depends. I would say that generally you can use if in a render function. Generally you can use if, but for what purpose first? So the exact answer will be depending on the code, right? So what do you use the if for? But yeah, generally it should be, it is possible to use if. It is possible to use if inside a render function. Okay. Maybe when you have a specific case, you can show your code, like post a screenshot, and then I will answer that for you.
Okay, sir. So yes. So if change and start. Do I have to include the tutorial about installing Yarn on, or I or that, or can I just what is that? Can I just skip the tutorial about
Tutorial
installing Yarn?
ins
Install Yarn.
installation.
Yeah, the
Installing
installation of Yarn. Yes.
the installation. Why do you skip? Because you already installed it. Okay.
Not like that, sir. I think because they're just next.
Okay, that's. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe when you do it, it's more like you explained about it. Okay. Even if you are not doing it, like just open the page and then you can say that you can download it from this NodeJS website.
Yes.
Yeah, and then just download it, and then you skip to okay, so this is how you install Yarn. But I think after Node.js, then you have to install Yarn, right? And you can install Yarn using console. So I would say that you should actually type it, because it's not just like downloading and pressing next. And
so I have to explain about the other way installing Yarn beside using apps, is beside the downloading from the website, like you say before, from command prompt.
Yeah, because if Yarn is not installed, then when running the command line to create the app, that will be error, right? Because there is no Yarn yet. But already your computer of course already has Yarn, but it doesn't hurt to like install Yarn again. If you have the same version, it will take no time, and you can explain, I already have Yarn, So this is how you install it. But because I already have it, then yeah, it pretty much does nothing. Yeah,
I
something
know,
like
I
that.
know.
And then you can continue on creating the React app. However, if this is to make it more easier for you, maybe if you want, you can make the video recorded in short parts. So for example, okay, so you do for Node.js installation and then Yarn installation, and then you stop uh, and then move on to the next one. So one video is just like a short segment. That's also okay. So it doesn't have to be a
Oh,
long video. Although usually you can also do like, because in the recording app, there is a pause button, right? So you don't have to edit it. You can just like pause and then getting things ready. But basically it's okay to like have a small mistake or something. It's not a problem. Okay. So don't worry too much about it.
or the internet.
Okay.
Or can how about I made the video
Mm-hmm.
installing Yarn, and
Node.js and Yarn.
so the first video is about React and Yarn, but the
Mm-hmm.
second video is about React Web and installing Yarn, React Web and Yarn, but
Mm-hmm.
the second video is focusing about installing Yarn,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
like that, or just one video, but I concur that
Oh, you mean the
to,
first video is like an explanation, and then second
yeah,
video is actually,
explanation.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
Just
I agree with that.
just like so. Okay, it's a video.
Okay, that's good. That's a good start. It's definitely a good start.
Because I think uh, recording uh, I I uh, I'm afraid that the time of recording the rec web will longer,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
I decided to divide it. It's okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, it's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. That's a great start. Later on can improve, but yeah, a start is very good.
What is the? So I don't have anything to
Hmm?
say again.
Okay, so I would say that will be a conclusion of our meeting. So I will wait for it.
uh, wait, sir. Uh, Actually, I want to say about. Wait. Honest, wait. Honestly, I'm still confused about the concept about React.
mhm,
So, uh, what is that? Won't you mind if I take a little longer time to learning like that?
mm, okay. About the concept, I think I would say that my suggestion is to take a baby step first. Okay, so your video first is about explaining about React and Yarn, right? Okay, So I would say that you do not have to learn or know a lot about React first. I would say don't do that. Okay. So for example, you first is about Node.js, right? You can go to Node.js website and then you can say that, okay, so this is the programming language that can be used. Hmm?
Sorry.
Hmm?
React.js and Node.js is the same or?
Different. So it's like
Oh,
in Python, you have Flask, right? You have Flask and you have Python. So Python and Flask are different. So React is the library and Node.js is the platform.
oh.
So
No, I heard that you said Node.js, not React.js.
yeah, because to run React, you need Node.js.
Oh,
So yeah, it's like if you want to run a C++ app, then you need to have C++ installed, right?
I think Node.js is just for backend and React.js
Yeah, you
for
yeah,
front end.
you are correct that Node.js is for the back end. However, uh, React also requires like scripts that needs to be run on their computer, and that requires Node.js. So that's it.
Oh,
So Node.js
uh,
is is definitely used in the back end, but front end also requires Node.js during development. If React app is
mm,
already deployed, okay, access from the website on server, Node.js is not required. But for development, because this is for developing a React app, uh, Node.js is required just for development only.
so I have to learn more, sir.
Well,
I still consider.
okay, you can start with React. Start with React first. Okay, I would say that to make it as easy as possible, because like the first one, you can like go to React website and then you have React itself, and then you have like because there is demo right in the website, like example and so on. You can just spend one video explaining React, and I would say that's already good. Even if you don't explain Yarn, you can do it in the next video. And then after Yarn, if you want to explain about Node.js, you can do it on the next video. So make it small, bite size, so that will be easy. And I think after you make the first one, your second, your third, your fourth will be, you know, the difficulty will be lower. I'm pretty sure about it.
Yes, sir. Uh, Pak, do you still apa? Do you still lecture?
So you ask, what are the universities that you should consider for studying abroad? I would say that your first step is to go to LPDP website and find the list of universities abroad that are in the list of LPDP, because these universities have been selected by LPDP
Mm,
as like the selected universities that you can apply to LPDP to get a scholarship. Okay, so yeah, these are the best universities in the world. Okay, and then you do research on them. Uh, you can apply multiple scholarship actually. If, for example, you apply to LPDP and you apply to another scholarship, so but you eventually have to pick one if you get accepted in more than one. But if you apply three and then you do not get accepted for two, that means you still have one that will accept your scholarship, right? So that's why uh, applying for multiple scholarship, I would recommend. And for the universities themselves, if you pick a university that is in the LPDP list, I would say that that university will also be accepted in the other scholarships. Although it depends on the scholarship. For example, if the scholarship is from Korea, then yeah, obviously that would be a Korean university. Okay, so check that list, and then that's the first one. Make a short list of universities. So instead of which university that I should go, and you try to find it. Okay, so these are the list of universities. Now find those universities who do not have a good IT major, okay, for masters. Yeah, because some universities, they have like, they are very good in linguistics, they are very good in arts, they are very good in, so you eliminate those universities who are not the best informatics or technology universities in their own countries. So now you probably have only like 10 or 20 universities, and that will be much easier to select. And after you have like 10 or 20 universities, and then you pick the best, but also you pick the ones that you think that you will be comfortable with the culture and so on. Okay, so if the university is very good, but it is in a place where you think that you cannot live comfortably there, maybe the location and so on, that will be a minus point. Yeah, for example, university with good access to maybe like mosque for praying, that is a plus side. Although you can pray anywhere, right? But if there is that, then it's nice. And also if you can have access to other places. For example, if you study in Europe, then during your leisure time you can go by train to visit other nearby countries, because they are close by. It will be different if you are living in a country where it's hard to get a visa to visit a neighboring country, or the neighboring country is at war and at conflict and so on. That will be dangerous. So I would say that that's that. For the living expenses, I would say that if you get a scholarship, living expenses will be taken care of. So it doesn't matter how expensive that the country will be. That's it. That's my tips.
What is that? Okay. Do you have any what to ask about? Do you have any recommendation about the the focus study?
The focus study.
Yes.
Okay, maybe sociology or psychology.
No, I mean in informatics. Sorry.
Yeah, the topic of your thesis, right?
Yeah. Sorry. About the thesis, yes.
Okay, that's really hard for me to say, because that will be depending on your own passion. So you do not know your passion in informatics.
I do, but I'm shy. I'm so shy to tell. But I like to study. I like image processing. Like I like image processing. What's the something in something relate on medical like that.
Okay.
But in informatics, informatics.
Okay, bioinformatics, right?
Yeah.
bioinformatics and image processing.
Yeah.
So that is a very good very good choice. It's a field that I personally also feel is really needed, especially during this COVID situation. A
Yeah.
lot of people really need this solution in that field right now. Okay, so my tip would be, because you already chosen a field, I would say find, you can use Google Scholar or something, or in Scopus or other journals, conference papers, IEEE, and so on. You can search like image processing, or you can search like bioinformatics, and then you will get a list of papers, right? Choose a paper uh, more recent than at least 2019, yeah. So go to Google search or journals and conferences, search for the image processing or bioinformatics paper. Choose several papers, yeah. Choose several papers that you think are the best papers. I would say that has to be at least to 2019, yeah, or better yet, papers from 2020, because we are already the second part of 2020. So there should be a lot of papers published in 2020 already. Select the best ones. The best ones are the ones that fit your criteria very well. You like the topic, okay, and when you read the paper, you feel that, okay, this is a problem that I want to solve, okay, and um, you you can uh, you can collect these papers, and then after that you can decide which kind of topics that you want, or you can, after you collect, maybe I would say at least 10 papers, yeah. After you collect at least 10 papers that you have already selected, yeah. Maybe for example you get like 30 papers, and then you remove some of them, and then you get down to 10, or yeah, but at least more than 3, yeah. Between 3 to 10 papers, uh, and then we can schedule another meeting, and then you can discuss with me if you want about these papers. Now, what I will do in that, after that, is actually contacting the authors or maybe the supervisor. Okay, so because these papers always have a supervisor, right? And actually the supervisors, huh? You don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just know the papers have odor.
yeah, of course. These papers are published by people, and these people,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
these people publishing
Supervisor
papers.
is
Hmm?
oh,
Can you
the
repeat again?
supervisor is someone who's the someone whom publishing the paper.
Uh, could be
The
publishing. Hmm.
like ISO ICT.
The supervisor is he or she can be a lecturer or a professor at that university.
Oh,
Okay, because
super.
when someone is studying masters at, okay, at a university, uh, and then you have a lecturer, right? You have a supervisor, a professor in that university, who will guide you to finish your study, and also the requirement is that you publish the paper on there, okay, on conferences or journal. So that means because the professor will have a roadmap of what research that they will be doing, okay. A student do not pick just a topic, but a student will need to pick a topic that the professor is working on, okay, because there are a lot of professors in informatics around the world, and also the best universities, but the topics will be different. Okay, even in bioinformatics. For example, University A in Korea is working on bioinformatics for lungs, and University B in Beijing is working on bioinformatics. The professor is working on bioinformatics, but for the brain. Okay, so if you if you want to do that, you will have to pick which topic. Are you interested more in the brain or more in the lungs? Because they have different professors. Okay, and each professor, if you, of course it's possible if you are working on something else than the area that the professor is working, but then you miss out a lot of resource. Okay, if the professor is working on the brain and you are also working on the brain, then the professor will have a lot of data, a lot of maybe equipment and so on that you can just use without you needing to buy another, collect another data, buy equipment and so on. So that is why if you get some papers and then try to find the papers that you like, the topic and so on, and then you contact the authors of that paper. You contact the authors of the paper. You ask. Actually, you can. One of the authors must be the professor. You can look the names up on Google, and then okay, so this is the professor. You can contact the professor maybe on LinkedIn, on the email, because yeah, it's easy to find the contact info for a professor at university, right? They want to be contacted. Actually, they want to be contacted. And you contact them, and you say that okay, I've read your paper. This is a very interesting paper, and actually I am interested to pursue a master degree, maybe as a student, as your student. So you contact the professor and you say that you are interested to become his or her student, and then you ask, do you have tips or advice for me to apply to university or become a student? What things you should prepare and whether it's a good fit for you. Okay, and then you do that for several professors, and then see uh, the professor that replies to your email. Okay, because you will be working with the professor for like 2 years, right? So that means not only that the university will need to select you, but you will need to select a professor that is helpful to you. And if you get a reply quickly from the professor, and if the professor is like passionate and he like say, hey, yeah, I will be very welcome if you can apply to our university. We have resources and then so on. I will be happy to guide you. So that's a good sign, yeah. If the professor replies like 1 week or 2 weeks later and say, okay, it's also a good sign. If the professor never replies, then yeah, I would say that's a bad sign. Okay, that I would say that's a bad sign. So that means the professor is so busy, or maybe something else that maybe if he's busy to reply to you, then yeah, I don't know about whether after you become the student, whether you will get proper guidance or not. Okay. So does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. That explains so much.
Too much.
Oh, so much.
So I,
Too
I talk
much.
I talk too much, yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
So about this, the first video is React, right? So what's your plan? When will you publish the React video? Just the
I think
explanation,
not.
yeah.
Yes, I think not this week, sir, because
Mm.
I have to do. I have a family
Okay.
family business. Sorry,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that I'm afraid that I can do this week. Maybe next
Okay.
week.
Okay. Next week on.
I want next week on uh Wednesday maybe.
Next week on Wednesday. Okay.
Uh, don't not Saturday. Don't Saturday because
Mm-hmm.
I will. What's that? If the time is longer,
Mm-hmm.
then I have much time to relax longer.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Okay.
I I will, yeah, you will understand.
Okay. So that means I will need to remind you on Wednesday next week. I will put a to do on the card now. Publish video explaining React. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So this is just an explanation.
okay.
Yeah, you don't have to do like a demo.
Oh,
But if you want to do
is it
demo, it's
okay?
okay. Yeah, that was the plan, right? You just like explain it first, one video, and then go to next. So make it
Okay.
easy for you first. No need for demo. Yeah, just explanation.
Yeah, because I have to learn more too, sir.
Yeah, yeah, that's the plan. So make it easy first. That just explaining about what React is. So yeah, basically just exploring the website. And okay, I put that. And the timeline will be next Tuesday. Okay, and that's it.
Okay.
All right, so I have put that on Notion. I will be waiting, not just waiting, I will be reminding you on Wednesday. And if you say that you uh, don't do it yet, then yeah, well, do it now then. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have time to join Kevin's meeting this Friday at 4 p.m.
Uh,
Indonesia time?
I'm afraid that I cancel because that 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 day the day that I have to back again to my that my father's place.
In Jakarta
So
or in Makassar?
now now I'm in Makassar, but
Hmm.
later on Friday or Thursday that I have to back again to the my district, like
Oh,
my
what
father's place.
district? What the district is
Uh
called?
called Baru.
Oh, Baru. Okay, all
Baru.
right then. It's no problem. Then
I
probably.
can
Hmm?
I can promise that that's why I can do the meeting for
Wednesday.
uh, this week. This
Hmm.
week, yeah,
Hmm.
for Saturday, for
Hmm.
Friday and Saturday. So
Hmm.
yeah, like
Okay.
that.
Okay. So can you do the meeting on Wednesday next week?
I can
Oh,
because I don't have a plan
uh,
on that day on the Wednesday.
okay. So what time would that be? Um, 11 a.m. Jakarta time is okay for you?
Mm, uh, the what the range time of the meeting
Um,
can
uh, hmm?
is it about 1 hour or
Yeah,
more
60 to 90 minutes.
60 to 19 minutes. Because
Mhm.
when this 12, I think I can serve, but maybe in the middle I have to pray,
Okay.
praying because
What time? What time is Duhur there?
12.
12. Okay. So how about
Yeah.
11:30 11:30 Jakarta
Okay.
time?
Okay.
Okay. Is that good enough for you?
Okay.
Okay. So Wednesday, July 15 at 11:30 Jakarta time. All right. So I will ask if Kevin will be joining us. I hope he can join, but if not, then that's okay.
Sir.
All right. Okay. So thank you. I will see you next Wednesday on July 15. So please conclude the meeting. And I hope and don't forget to bring me your research results, yeah. How what universities that you plan
Yes.
to
Yes. Yes.
go to, and also the papers that you have researched, okay. And it would be much better if you already contacted some of the professors there, and if you already have a reply next week from one or more of the professors, that would be great. So that means that you have a professor that cares about the students.
Yes, sir. Sir, can I ask you to being my, what is that? If I uh if I have if I already choose the best one,
Mhm.
but maybe I still confused about the method maybe or about the process. Uh, can I have you to discuss about that, about the paper?
Yeah, sure. However, with the disclaimer that I am not an expert on image processing, Mas Dodi is definitely more expert on that. Yeah,
But
obviously. Okay. Mm.
I have some project with uh, yes, will not give me uh, acceptance or like that.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's a problem not only for you but for all students worldwide. So I would say that regardless of the university that you will pick now, at the present time, especially due to the COVID situation, just research the papers that you like on the topics that you like, because I don't say that you need to research papers only outside Indonesia. Yeah, I say that you need to research
Oh,
papers on that specific topic, the topics that you like. Maybe the paper that you like best is a paper from Indonesia. Okay, so it may be a paper from ITB, maybe a paper from Universitas Indonesia, can be from ITS, can be from Gajah Mada, can be from Telkom University, obviously. So, and then based on that, you will make a more thorough research later. But you have to start from somewhere. So my approach is do it small steps, yeah, small steps. Like this task, okay, I have many things that I plan for you, but if you try to think all of the things at once, it's possible that you will not start at all. So it's better to just, okay, let's start a little. Don't worry about demoing how to create a React app. Just make a video explaining what is React. Okay. If there are other showcase that has been developed in React, just using the React website, that is already sufficient. and good enough, and I will be happy if you can do this before next Wednesday. Yeah. And also about this plan of you to continue to master's degree, I would say that, okay, so the first plan is just do a research, get a few papers that you like, and after you get that, we can discuss next week. Or it's better if from the papers that you like, you already contacted one or more of the professors. That will be great. Okay, just that. Okay, just to that step. Don't worry too much about the next steps because it will open the doors for you. Okay.
Okay, sir. I understand. I'm confused, so I forced myself to understand once, once, just once. I see some videos, but it getting me more confused.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand.
Yeah, that's
and I
true.
don't understand. So I have to little by little.
Yes, that's true. Actually,
Because
that is.
no, sir. What?
So there's because there is a term for that. It's called analysis paralysis. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
You know paralysis, right?
What?
Paralysis.
Paralysis. I think I already I have heard it, but I don't understand it.
Okay, paralysis is actually a medical term. So if you work in bioinformatics, you will know what paralysis is. So paralysis is when someone cannot move at all.
What?
Yeah, paralysis is when someone cannot move. So for example, yeah, sometimes I woke up and feel like there is a ghost or something. I feel that I wake up, but I cannot move my hands. Yeah.
Okay. I understand.
Have you ever experienced that too?
Maybe I have, but I don't realize it that that called paralysis or what. I just
Okay.
maybe I in my maybe I just think that it's just some dream or oh, that's called
Yeah.
paralysis.
Now you know that there is yeah, it's called paralysis. Okay, but that's in physical body. But when applied to this in a job, paralysis means not being able to do anything. And then that's why the term is analysis paralysis, because you are trying to understand so much and that makes you
Yes.
not able to do anything. Okay, so stop analyzing, stop trying to understand, and then just, you know, uh, yeah, explain what you say, and like the first step. Okay, so
Okay.
that's my tip. uh, does it happen forever? I think not. Yeah, I would say that there will be a time if you practice, then for me, when I am given like a big task, I can usually I can break down that task to a smaller task. So even if that's too big, I can say, yeah, that's a big task, but then I will break it down to the smaller task. So okay, so this is the small task that I do next. However, I also realized that that is a skill that needs to be trained over and over again. So I would say that even for myself, it is not natural. So the ability to break down tasks is something that needs to be learned. needs something that to be practiced. So if you say that, oh, I get when there is a big task or something, then you make it you not being able to do something. I would say that is normal. So that is why my suggestion is, come on, let's do just one simple thing. Don't think about later. Don't think about what's next. Don't think about the future. Just think about, okay, what should I do now? If you can do it several times, then your ability to break down work, your ability to analyze will definitely improve. Because that skill is something, it's a soft skill that you learn by doing it. It's not a skill that you learn by reading a book uh, or analyzing that. Okay, it's not like, okay, so let me find a paper on how to solve paralysis analysis. That will even make it worse, I think. Okay, so the way to solve it is just, okay, just do what's next.
Okay, so life because what's that? Because I like to adjourn my task. I will do it later. I will do it later. I will do it later. I just in my head, later in my head, just they say again, again, again. So yeah, I have to change my that's that my daily. I have to change my way to learn, to study. Okay, just like that, sir.
Okay.
And I have to learn more about English.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, we are currently learning it now, although only
yes,
spoken, not written.
I'm sorry if my English still, yeah, you know, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because later on, I would say later, not now. Later on, you will need to speak English with your professor, right? If your professor is not from Indonesia. So yeah,
Yes.
it's nice thing to just practice it from now.
Even it's still mess. It's still a mess.
It's not a problem, okay? If you don't speak correctly, but you make a good analysis on your paper accepted in journal, then your professor will be happy.
And I have Google Translate, sir.
Yeah, and I have Google Translate, and all universities will provide you with a proofreader, right? So as long as you get your data correctly, the English in your paper is already taken care of. Don't worry about that one. The more important one for that is the data in your paper.
Okay.
Your research method, yeah.
Okay, sir. I think that's for today.
Okay, so
Thank you
please conclude the
for
meeting.
thank you for the advice.
Mhm.
So the meeting of today, the video that I have to make is about first the explanation about React.js, just the explanation,
Yeah.
and the second is about Yarn
Okay.
and how to installing,
Okay.
just like that. The the third is, do I have to explain about the the university or how to get the?
No.
Do I have to include it?
No.
Yes, about React. Okay.
At least not now. We will discuss about it next week. Yeah. Again, step by step.
Okay. And the meeting will be held on Wednesday. Wednesday, 15 July on 12:30 o'clock for my time.
Yep.
In Jakarta time, it's 11:30 o'clock. Okay, sir. So that's the conclusion about today.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can greet and then close the meeting.
Oh, so that's about today. I'm sorry if I have a mistake about explaining some term and about the English. I'm still a mess. So yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Stay healthy, sir.
Yeah. You too.
Yeah. Thank you.